On the air since 1951. This is The Legend. 105.3, 95.3.
It's time for the Friends and Neighbors Hour, and my friend and neighbor Keith Durham is in here. Buddy.
Yeah.
How are you, friend?
I'm good. How are you, friend?
Well, it's been a while.
It's been like a week.
Well, yeah, but the Wednesday before you weren't.
Oh, that's right.
So
Yeah.
2 Wednesdays ago.
2 Wednesdays ago.
But then you were here Thursday. So, and you'll be back tomorrow, good Lord willing,
I hope so, yeah.
for the Quick Mart Hour.
That's
But this is your hour.
This is my hour.
This is your hour to talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Well, I mean, did you just hear the announcement about the lottery? It's
Yeah,
$1 billion.
Yeah, $980 something million, I think it is, something like
Would
that.
you take the lump sum, or do you want the annual payments?
I have no idea.
I would do the annual payments.
Would you really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Because-
I guess.
I mean, you're going to give up half of it. You take the lump sum, you give up half of it.
Well, that's true, but how long is it going to take them to give you that?
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And what if the lottery falls apart in that 20 years and you don't get it?
Well, then you're in trouble.
So I don't know. I have no idea.
I think, well, I don't know. But you know, Publishers Clearinghouse did that. They filed bankruptcy, and then their past winners didn't get paid.
They're done. They're done.
Yeah.
I never did believe it. The winners got anything anyway on the
Obviously they did. There's a lot of folks
Publishers
that are,
Clearinghouse.
a lot of folks that's not getting their money now, and they're upset about it.
Well, I would be too.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if they're
the
still getting their
lottery-
subscription.
I guess the lottery's a little different as far as actual winning.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody wins.
Somebody does win.
Anyway, I can't imagine what I would do. I have no
What
idea.
would you do with $1 billion?
Yeah, I have no idea.
You can do anything with $1 billion.
I guess.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit today.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, how much is enough?
How much is enough?
And I guess people have different goals.
Yeah.
Elon Musk recently signed a $1 trillion deal with his company. Did you see that?
See, I heard something about that, but I don't know any details. What did he do?
So you know these CEOs, they make big money, and they're worth billions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Bill Gateses of the world and the Elon Musk's of the world. And
Well, there's
stuff like
there's not very many of them.
that.
There's a good handful, but compared to the population of the states, I mean,
No, there's not.
there's not many of them.
But Elon's going to be the first trillionaire, and that just is unfathomable. And so you know, the other day they had
Most of us don't have a real comprehension of a trillion, what it is.
No, absolutely not. You know, and to say
Speaking of things, look who's spooking in the window.
that he has no clue about anything.
Y'all ain't on the air, are you?
Yeah, we
Y'all
are.
ain't on the air, are you?
Stop it.
Where you going?
Go to work.
Somebody needs to help that boy. He was smelling money. You were talking about it.
I guess so.
He just thought it was in here. It's
guess
not. Yeah, it's hard for me to comprehend a billion,
Yeah.
much more a trillion. I'm not, okay.
So I got a few things that put it in perspective.
Okay, let's do it.
So the other day, the board of directors, I guess, or the stockholders met for Tesla.
Yeah.
And they're offering Elon this package of $1 trillion. And I believe it's a 10-year deal, maybe an 8-year deal. And he has to bring the company to a certain level to achieve that $1 trillion. Sort of like a football coach. I guess you get
Yeah.
incentives. The more games you win, the more series that you're in and stuff like that, the more you get paid. So anyway, he goes down in history as the first person to sign a $1 trillion deal with this company. And a lot of the big stockholders didn't like it, but it did pass.
Well, it's his company.
It is his company.
It's kind of cheating.
Yeah. So do you know what he said after they passed it?
I have no idea.
He said, "I super appreciate it." I said, "Well, yeah, I'm sure
Super
you do."
appreciate
Yeah, I
that.
super appreciate it. So
And we were already talking about what do you do with $1 billion. Now, what do you do with $1 trillion?
yeah, I know his current net worth is $500 billion, $500 billion. He's the richest man in the world. $500 billion.
I tell you what you do.
What's that?
You build companies and build rockets. That's what you do.
That's exactly what you do. And you think about it.
And plan to go to Mars, which I find totally unrealistic.
He is the Thomas Edison of our day. You know what I mean?
Evidently, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine the work that Thomas did and failed at. And Elon is successful probably because he's failed more than he has succeeded.
Right.
And he's learned from that. And he's got a good car company. He's got a good rocket company. He owns X. He owns a lot of different things. So, but let me just put it in perspective what $1 trillion is.
Yes.
So $1 trillion would be the net worth of 9 million U.S. households.
Oh, really?
And to put that in perspective, there's only 2.7 million people in Chicago.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
9 million U.S. households. You'd have to combine their wealth to equal $1 trillion. And to put it in perspective, Chicago only has 2.7 million people that live in it. So, I mean, it's all right. So the other thing is that it would equal gold has gone through the roof. Did you know that? I watch these shows. I get this little YouTube thing where this guy is down in Atlanta, and it's a golden watch, and it's a gold and watches and stuff like that. He buys gold and buys watches and stuff. But gold is outrageous. It's like $4,000 an ounce. I didn't check today.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's about 4,000.
I may need to sell mine.
Yeah, if you got some, now's a good time. But to have $1 trillion, you would have 7,150 tons of gold. 7,150 tons of gold to equal $1 trillion. And you think about that, it's $4,000 an ounce. And Fort Knox only has 4.175 tons. So you'd have to have almost twice as much gold as Fort Knox has got in it to have $1 trillion. And at simple interest rates, current interest rates, if you had $1 trillion, you'd make $1,622 a second in interest. Every second that passed.
Unbelievable. Who's going to pay it?
I don't know.
Who's going to pay that?
I don't know.
Hey, seriously, where do you put $1 trillion?
I don't know. A lot of it's not cash, though.
No,
a lot
it's
of
not.
it's
That's what I'm
stockholders
saying.
and stuff. He's just got no.
I mean, you can't get that in George Costanza's wallet.
No, but when he bought the X, or when he bought Twitter and renamed it X, we got an X here. He didn't buy the X here.
Yeah.
But when he bought it, he invested more than $20 billion of cash, his own cash, into the deal. So to have, a lot of billionaires have assets. They don't have cash.
Yeah.
Now, this dude's got some cash stacked up. So,
Cash.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine what it would be to have $1 billion worth of cash, much less 20-something billion to go and pay for.
That is my point. I mean, okay, cash.
Yeah.
It's not stacks of bills. It's cash in accounts somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he wrote a check.
I mean,
Yeah, you didn't walk in with $20 billion.
You didn't have that in a suitcase.
But you think about it.
A suitcase wouldn't hold it to start with.
That's right. So,
What's the largest bill you've ever seen?
the largest bill I've ever seen is, I've seen on TV.
I mean, actually physically seen.
$100 bill.
$100 bill.
Yeah.
I think for most of it, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
I think there's such a thing as a $100,000 bill.
There probably is.
I haven't ever seen one.
They need to start making those again. If they're going to cut out the pennies, they need to start making. Here's the deal.
Can you imagine if you had one of those and you lost it? I lost my $100,000 bill.
Find it. If you got one of these days,
Even a $100 bill. If
Ronald
you lose a
McDonald's
$100
face on
bill,
it or
that's
something.
pretty maddening to lose a $100 bill.
To me, $20 is a lot of money.
Yeah,
I feel like I got a lot of money if I got $20.
you got
but
$20.
My mind is stuck back
But
in
it's
my
not-
childhood days.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. I mean, $20 will barely get you through one of the drive-throughs.
Yeah. But I want to ask you this.
And I don't even like to go to the drive-throughs, but go ahead.
I went through one last night. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Do you turn your lights off for the person in front of you?
no.
I do. You got your lights blaring through the person's rearview mirror, and they're blinded, and I usually.
That's
turn
very
them on.
courteous.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
most
think-
time I
I've
forget
never-
to turn it back on.
I've never thought about that, but I've never had the problem. Of course, I'm usually in my pickup truck, and when someone's behind me, I don't notice any glares or any lights.
Oh, I do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I got sensitive eyes. No, just kidding.
You're a little bit poor-eyed.
Yeah, but I look at this thing that Elon and I sit here and I think, well, we're on different planets. We're on totally different planets
It's a different world.
you know, he's here. He went to this stockholders meeting fighting for a $1 trillion deal, and I'm trying to be the first person to eat at Waffle House. You know, I'm on two different planets. You know, so
We have different goals.
yeah, we got different goals in life.
We
I
have
guess.
different goals in life, by the way. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, by the way, while we are live here on
Yeah.
WDXE, the phone lines are open, 766-9393, if you want to talk with us or Keith and chime in on what you would do with $1 billion. Because somebody needs to win that lottery. I wish someone local would do it.
If you're not going to share it with me, don't call.
That would be fun, though, if someone that we knew actually did that.
Yeah, that would be neat.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, because I would find every way to figure out if I'm kin to them or not.
Yeah.
That 23andMe or whatever you do.
Well, you know, somebody said one time that anybody you meet, you're only 7 cousins away from being kin to them anyway.
Yeah, that's.
I never have understood that.
Well, like 7 cousins.
That's, I don't know, 7th cousins or something. Maybe
Okay.
more than that, whatever it
I've
is.
always heard of 7 degrees of separation.
Okay, what does that mean?
So that means for anybody in the world, there's only 7 people that stand between you and them. You know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows
Oh,
them.
maybe that's what that means. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. I mean, if we had the time, we all go back to Adam and Eve somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's one of our buddies. Well, you know, Mean Joe.
Doing all right?
Yes, sir. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Hey, I was just thinking about winning $1 million. You know, it kind of reminds me of the Polish lottery.
The Polish lottery?
Yeah. Yeah, you win $1 million, they send you $1 a year for 1 million years.
I'd take that.
That would be my luck, yeah.
Oh, man.
All right, you guys have a good day.
Be careful, buddy.
Oh, me.
He's always out there, man. A good guy.
Yep.
It's 8:18, and what a beautiful day we got, Tap.
Oh, it's nice outside today.
Yeah, it was cold yesterday.
I'm heading to Florence. You got time to ride to Florence today?
Yeah,
So you can go with me.
I
and
probably
see the
could.
building.
What time you leaving?
Anytime you can go.
It'd probably be about 10ish.
That's fine. If you want to ride,
10, 10:30. I might go.
I'll treat you to lunch if you want to go.
Hey, just hold that phone. We'll talk about
Okay.
that.
So I got something that's down your alley, Jeff.
Okay.
I did some research on this yesterday. Well, in the past few days, they've been talking about the affordability of housing.
Yes.
And that's an issue here too.
It is
right?
an issue. It's always been an issue.
Yeah, it has. And I guess it's I guess in perspective, it's is it the same issue that it was maybe 40 years ago? I mean, is the affordability in the same ballpark that it was 40 years ago? For example, my mom and dad bought the house that they currently live in for $20-something thousand, you know.
Yeah.
And you can't get a driveway for $20-something thousand hardly these days. So
Yeah. Or even a building lot.
right. So my question is, was $20,000 that hard to come by like back in the 70s as much as $400,000 is here in the 2020s?
I don't know, but when you talk to some of the folks of that generation, they say, yeah, it was.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember Brown and Wilbur Thompson.
I remember the name. Yeah.
One of his biggest sayings. They were in my class at church, and he said, "I can remember when 50 cents looked like a wagon wheel." You know? So, but he said that they bought their house for about $3,000-something, and they were scared to death that they'd never get it paid for. And
Oh yeah.
but you know that was a different time.
I hear that a lot. You know?
Yeah.
I hear that a lot from family members and friends and people of an older generation and even our generation. If you think about it, I mean, I'm a little older than you, but
Yeah,
I remember
okay.
Teresa and I. We started out pretty well. I mean, as far as we got help and we started out in a pretty nice little home.
Yeah.
But a little later, we wanted to buy different. And there were a couple of places that came up, one of which we were just talking about during Halloween because we went
Yeah.
over on Parks Avenue and Parks in Caperton, and there was a house that was for sale over there that we wanted. And it was, I think, at that time, I don't remember the year, but it was about 40,000.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can touch on that street for that now.
No,
Not even close.
no.
And so we went by that house. You say, you remember when we were trying to buy that house and thought we wanted it and really wanted it, but we just couldn't. I mean, we could not fathom
Spending 40,000.
spending 40,000, or even
Yeah.
how we would get it, or
Yeah.
we might have been able to do it, but it would have took everything that we could put together and then some, and then we weren't sure we could get it. So
Right.
it was just different day, a different time.
Amy and I have almost the same. We bought our first house together was over on Earl Drive.
Yeah, yeah,
And Earl is in that same neck of the woods that you
yeah,
were just talking about.
yeah.
And we paid a little bit over 50,000, maybe 60,000 for our first house there. It sold last year for over 200,000.
Yes.
I mean, we didn't sell. We sold it a long time ago. We sold it 17 years ago, and moved into the house we live in now. But
Oh, there's very few homes on the market that are that are nice and livable and ready to move in or anything like that that are under 200.
so I looked that up, and I know this is your wheelhouse right here. But in Tennessee, the average home price in Tennessee in January of 2025 was $311,000.
Sounds right.
But in September, the average home price in Tennessee is $390,000.
How about that?
It's gone up about $70 or $80,000, $79,000.
I don't do this. I don't do this a lot as far as on the air. I don't do it a lot, but there are. Let's see. I have a way to look at current market trend. Current market trends. Let's see. Do it by zip code, okay?
Yeah.
38464 by zip code, done. And let's see if it'll come up for me. Will it work? I put the wrong number in.
You can put the right number in.
Yeah, put the.
Put a valid zip code in.
Let's see. 8464. Try that. Now we go. Now we're going. And one of my buddies just texted in, and I'll get to that in just a minute while this thing queues up. So let's see. The average list price. The average list price in October of 2024.
Okay.
Of 2024.
And that's for our zip code, right?
Just Lawrence County zip code. The average, and this is a single family dwelling. I have to kind of qualify what these statistics are. But the average list price in October of 24, so a year ago, was $346,300. Okay. Average list price October 25, $399,600. So
Wow.
almost 400.
Wow.
You believe that? Now that's the average. I was trying to look, see here, but here's average sale price. Where'd it go? And what's happened, I think, it is our pricing has outpaced our motivated buyers a little bit.
I think it's not only done that, I think it's outpaced the income
It has.
of folks here in our area. And I did a little research on that.
Right.
Did I not even write that down? I didn't write it down, but basically to afford a $400,000 house, you got to have $100,000 to $120,000
Right.
of income in the home. And those kind of jobs around here are few and far between. And so, but I hear that they're thinking about passing a 50-year home mortgage instead of a 30. 30 is the 30 the longest you can go now, or most people do, or
That's still about right.
okay.
As far as,
I guess I have mixed feelings on this because under the current structure, the 50-year mortgage would probably, I don't know, I wouldn't do it, but
no.
But the deal is that if your alternative is renting, then you're usually you're putting money that you gain no equity in whatsoever.
Well,
So
yeah.
at least by buying, you do build up some equity and you have some sense of ownership.
Yeah, you do. And then you have some tax advantages as well.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's definitely advantage to buying if you can.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
I would be for a 50-year mortgage if the government would change the way banks offer it.
Yeah.
Because right now, if you go out and get a 30-year mortgage on your house, most of the time, if not all the times, those loans are front-end loaded. You pay very little principal in the first 10 or 15 years. You pay mostly interest, so the bank makes their money back up front. So
Yeah.
if you're trying to get people into houses and make it affordable, I would also say make it equitable for them. Also, make it easier to earn equity, because here's what
I don't
happens.
see that changing, but go ahead.
Well, I don't either, because the bank has such a huge.
Well, it's always been that way.
Yeah, and it's always been, well, that's what gets me as well. It's always been that way. So we can accept that. It's just always.
Well, we've just learned to live with it. We've learned to work it,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, the bank gets the front end load. They get all the interest up front, or most of the interest up front. You get very little equity in the first 10 or 15 years of your loan. But the bank also gets the benefit of in case you falter on that, they get the benefit of the increase in value in your home over time. So just like we were talking about, they've gone up how many thousands since January? The average price of a home has gone up $70,000 since January.
Yeah.
If you're sitting there with very little equity stake in your house, you didn't get the advantage of that. The bank got the advantage of that.
Yeah.
So I'm for, if they're going to do a 50-year loan, at least spread the interest evenly over the 50 years, and let a little bit more equity be.
You would change the amortization schedule.
I would change the whole. I mean, it's just a calculation. It's a spreadsheet. Put it on a spreadsheet.
My friend Chris says our $80,000 home at purchase now appraises for nearly $400,000. It is the same house. He says our money is worth 1/5 of what it was. That is the reason the penny's going away. A nickel ain't worth an old penny.
That's right. He's exactly right.
He's exactly right.
And that's the other conversation I wanted to bring up today.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about it last week. We went to the. Go ahead.
Well, let's see. Okay, hey, you want to chime in on this?
I sure do.
I figured you did.
The calculation on a relative who left, now it wasn't in my immediate family, but a distant relative. In 1970, they died in 1978, $300,000 today would be almost $1.5 million. That is how much inflation. Second thing is you have to look at the financing. Back in my husband and mine's day, it was easy to assume loans. I forget what they were called, but it was easy if you had enough cash, or you could even go to the bank and get a loan to put down, as far as the. Second thing, in my father's generation, a lot of people didn't own their house. It may have come through the family, not sophisticated, but I had two close friends that were relatives on the homes that they were living in. So if you really don't know the profiles of some of this stuff, but a lot of it does have to do with inflation. And also when you get in prime property like up in Franklin, Brentwood, and in the averages, the prices of those lots are unreal. We lived in an area in Birmingham, and this goes back years ago. The lots were like $50,000 to $100,000 alone. Just wanted to throw some of those factors out.
All right, thank you. Yeah, go ahead with your point, because I want to come back.
Okay. Well, I'm glad she brought that up. We'll go back and talk about that. But we were just at, a couple weeks ago, we were in Chicago at the largest convenience store convention, and they one of the seminars was you got to figure out what to do with the penny. So you're going to round up, you're going to round down. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Because for cash customers, and in my opinion, we're moving to a cashless society, and
yeah, unfortunately,
I don't know if the Bible doesn't speak against that, but anyway, I won't get into that. But we're moving towards a cashless society. Like you said, the penny's already gone. The nickel, they can't produce a nickel for a nickel. It costs more than a nickel to produce a nickel. So that's next. But we were testing already. I've seen in our IT has a lab there at the office, and our IT guys have already testing how that works as far as rounding up, rounding down, and stuff like that. So That's already in the works.
Do you not think that eventually that the merchants and people in business will figure out a way to price their stuff where there's never a penny involved anyway?
With tax, you can't do that.
Oh,
as soon
that's
as
right.
you, as soon
The
as you
tax.
calculate tax on it, there's
tax.
pennies involved. And most.
Well, wait a minute. You said earlier it's just a calculation.
It is just a calculation. That's what I'm saying. We got to round down. You either round up in the company's favor, you round down in the customer's favor. So
Yeah. And in a big business, rounding can end up meaning a lot of change.
yeah,
at
think
end
about
of
the
day.
Walmarts of the world.
Yeah.
Where you have tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of customers per day.
Yeah.
But if you're doing credit card transactions, the penny is null anyway. So because your credit card can cover a penny, the cash can't cover a penny.
Right.
So.
So it's just a cash deal that you're worried about, basically.
Yeah, that's it. And but
Which less and less people are using.
that's right. Probably 80% of the transactions are credit debit transactions these days, and 20% are cash.
You know what happens to me though is if I do have cash, and I usually carry at least a little,
Yeah,
but I'm reluctant to ever spend it.
me too. I sort of hang on to
I'm
it.
like, I got a little cash, I'll use my card.
Yeah, I do. the
And I
same
could
thing.
I could pay whatever it is with my cash, but I'm like, well, then I won't have my cash, so I'll use my card.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
So
Your cash is for if your tire blows out on the side of the road and somebody comes and helps you out, you can offer some cash and stuff like that.
now this is all tied together, and it's beyond my pay grade to figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just one more step toward cashless society. Randy's chiming in with
Yeah.
my text. I get text messages. You can call too, by the way.
So if you want to live a cashless society, just go to a Braves game.
Yeah, they don't do it there.
No, there's no cash in the stadium.
And they're probably not the only places doing that.
No, you're right.
Where was it out? It was somewhere. There are already places where you can go through and they won't take $100 bill.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why?
Hadn't you ever seen those signs like at a drive-through? Nothing larger than a 20?
Oh, that's because they don't carry enough change.
Nothing larger. Well, I'm saying that.
In case they get robbed, they got less than $100 change in the drawer.
I'm just saying that's already happening. But anyway.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
We're talking about the prices of things.
Yeah.
And inflation. Inflation rate is not that high right now. Not as high as it has been.
That's right.
It's down to like 3%. They'd like to have it around 2%, but it's around 3% right now.
Okay.
Well, but in our minds, we're thinking, well, everything's skyrocketing high,
Yeah.
and it is. But the problem is the value of the dollar.
You're right.
The value of the dollar is decreased and decreased, and that's why the penny's not worth anything, and the nickel's not worth it. A nickel ain't worth a dime anymore.
I think it's generational too, Jeff.
Yeah.
So, I can remember back, my dad, he worked hard his whole life. My mom worked hard her whole life. And us kids, I guess it didn't ring a bell with us, because we'd want to go to the skating rink like everybody else. And it was a big deal for your dad to give you $5,
Oh yeah.
and so, but to us, it was no big deal. Just give me $5. Well,
Yeah.
that's a big deal. But
Yeah.
it's just like today. My kids will ask you or not ask you, they'll ask me for $100 to go do something stupid. I'm like, no, I'm not, that's crazy. It's not $5 anymore, and it's a generational thing. So go ahead.
Well, what we've done with May's becoming this young lady now. She's 17.
Yeah.
And she's, having to drive and having to find her own money. And
Right.
she's got a small part-time job and things like that where she's making her own money. And we've been so used to letting them have anything they want,
Yeah,
that they don't value money like they should.
that's right.
Okay? So we put her on the Dave Ramsey plan. She's studying the book. And
You
she's
got the envelopes?
got the envelope system
Good.
going for her. She's doing the envelope system.
Good.
And so yesterday, it was yesterday? I think it was yesterday. She wanted to know how much her phone bill was, because right now I pay her phone bill.
Yeah.
Okay. Her car insurance. I've been paying her car insurance. So we're putting all that into what she's got to start taking care of now. Probably should have already been doing this.
Yeah.
But here we are. We're late on it. So I think she was shocked when she began to really look at the numbers, and she's got her envelope. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm only going to have this much left.
Yeah.
And that's right.
So does she have a job somewhere that she earns a little money?
Yes.
Okay. So let me ask you, because Amy and I are struggling with this exact same thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
Our daughter still lives at home, and
Yeah.
she's 22,
Yeah.
and she does pay her own car
Yeah.
and her insurance and
Yeah.
fuel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But she seems to have a little extra money that we feel like she's just blowing. And so we're thinking, should we charge her rent? And then take that rent and put it back up, just stick in the bank and, for her benefit. And
Yeah.
at least she gets a sense of, hey, it costs money to live, Is
Yeah.
that the wrong thing to do?
Yeah.
We're struggling with
Well,
that.
I hadn't got to where I'm charging her rent yet, but we'll get there.
If she stays long enough, we're going to get there. So.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Well, I'm thinking. I told Gina this the other day. I said, when I was her age, she's 22. When I was 22, I was living on my own in Washington D.C. in an apartment up there. And
When I was 22, I'd been married 3 years.
yeah, there you go.
So there you go.
And back in those days, even in the 90s, it was $1,000 rent. Up
And
there.
I'm not advocating that for my daughter. I'm just,
Yeah, don't do that. May, there's your way out.
just saying we're
Get
not
married.
doing that. We're not doing that.
Oh, man.
Anyway.
So anyway, we struggle with that, and I don't know if other people have done that or not, but
It's not a bad thing to do, though. I don't think. It feels hard, and I'm sure it would be.
how are you on enforcing it though? What if she comes and says, "Well, I don't have the money this month"? Are you okay with that, or how does that work?
As much as it's not okay for me, it would be better for her if I left it alone and made her do without.
Really? Okay.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I'm not saying I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be better for her if, and him too, Daniel at some point, it'd be much better if we made them do without until they figured out how they could actually pay for it.
Well, that's.
That's a tough deal.
But when I was growing up,
Because we want them to have what we have. We want them to have
Yeah.
more than we had. My parents wanted, they did. I was spoiled. Really. I mean, there really, really was.
yeah. But I grew up having
Compared to their lives.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, it's a generational thing,
Yeah.
and it's I said it before. I think my dad worked way harder than I work, and I
Yeah.
think my grandfather worked way harder than my dad worked, and
Yeah.
and it's one of those things, and where does that get you several generations down the road?
Well, we have lived. Years of my generations have lived in very easy times for work's sake.
Yeah, I heard somebody say that it was the baby boomers' fault.
Yeah,
They set us up.
they set us up.
They set the Gen Xers up. So.
I don't know.
But I work, I can remember growing up, and I grew up in Richardson Acres.
Yeah.
We first lived below the square. You know where the Presbyterian Church is there?
Yeah,
There's a little house on Russell Avenue, 404 Russell Avenue.
Yeah.
I grew up, I was 6 years old before we moved out of that house. And,
yeah.
And my grandma lived down on the bottom of the hill. My mom and grandpa lived down the bottom of the hill. And Elrod lived next door to them.
Oh man,
Yeah,
okay.
it's one of those.
Well, that would have been fun.
Yeah, it was. I, for whatever reason, and I don't know. I asked Elrod about this one day, but the only memory I have of them there is that they always had a turtle nailed to the tree. I guess they ate snapping turtle.
A turtle nailed to the tree.
Yeah, they would nail the back of it to the tree, and I guess strip it down and get the meat out of it and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
A lot of people ate turtle, no doubt.
Yeah, I don't know that I ever have, but it looked pretty good.
I guess.
But anyway, and then we moved out in Richardson Acres back in the 70s. And I can remember, we would do things just to make a little bit of money. We used to pick blackberries. When we first moved out there, there's nothing but a lot of dozer piles and empty streets. And we'd pick blackberries for a little extra money. And then I'd mow yards. Bill and Evelyn Allen lived out there, and I mowed their yard and made a little money doing that. And, $2 for the weekend was a lot of money to put gas in your truck and ride around. And, I just wish, sometimes I wish, we wish you could do that today, but anyway.
I guess as far as something like that, I did, during the right times of the year, I did a little hay hauling,
Yeah.
made a little extra money with that kind of thing, as far as school age work. And then I ended up getting some part-time jobs even when I was in school, so.
I think the mindset's different, though. I wanted a new pair of skates.
Yeah.
And so I got out and worked for a new pair of skates. I didn't ask I may have asked my mom and dad for a new pair of skates, but the reality of it is I wanted them faster and quicker, I need to get out work for them.
Yeah, that's
So,
the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and I guess that's what I'm saying. I think that it might be better for our kids if we made them understand earning it.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn this enough when I was growing up. Is doing without it until you could actually pay fully for it.
Yeah.
I learned how to go in debt for stuff, which was a terrible idea.
Exactly.
Which was a terrible idea.
I agree.
And finally figured out better, but it took a while to figure that out. And I was like, because it was too easy.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
It was too easy.
You're exactly right. But yeah, I think I may do what you're doing. Me and Amy might start charging a little rent. And
How cruel
because,
of you.
That's what I feel like. But we're going to put it back for her. And,
It's for your own good.
but right now, her dollars go a long way right now because we take up so much of her expenses.
Yeah.
And she needs to understand that, hey, your dollar doesn't really go a long way. You need to work
Well,
and
see, I guess that's part of what I'm saying is it makes it too easy for them,
Yeah.
and they don't understand what the real challenge could be later on.
Yeah,
So, and I'm saying that from my own personal experience. I think that happened to me some.
yeah.
So there you go. 8:42, and you're listening to my buddy Keith Durham chime in on great wisdom.
I don't know how great wisdom it is, but I'll tell you what I did see that was great.
What's that?
I went to the Veterans Day Parade yesterday.
Yes, we did too.
Where was y'all at?
We were right kind of across from Elliott Insurance right there.
Oh, okay.
I was with Lanny and his family.
That's where he's always at.
He's always right there.
Yeah.
And I've been with him a few times over the years, and yesterday I was able to go.
Okay.
And so that was fun. It was really good.
When I was mayor, I used to be in the parade all the time. Matter of fact, I think Kevin posted.
Excuse me.
Kevin posted a picture and of me in the Veterans Day Parade.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's back. I looked young. I don't know what year it was.
He was a young man
I was
then.
a young man then.
A young man then.
So, but I always enjoyed the Veterans Day Parade. My dad wanted to be a part of it when he was alive, and he was a veteran. And
Was your dad a veteran?
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
And so he wanted to be a part of that, and so we rode in the parade, and he always had a big old flag on this big old stick. It wasn't a flagpole. He just found this big stick and put a flag on it. And
Well, good.
We rode around that flag on that stick.
Yeah. Did you see Dennis Tipper and his
I did.
mobile?
Matter of fact.
There were some really good looking vehicles in the parade.
Yeah,
yesterday.
you're right. I said, well, I was filming it, and I said, well, here comes the governor, and I was in front of the old C.W. Roden Realty place. Where across the railroad tracks there.
Yeah.
I was.
You
there.
know, I had my office was there at one time. I had
Oh,
my
okay.
real estate office in that building.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, when I came back and started full time and opened my own company,
Yeah.
that's where I had my office.
You was uptown right there, weren't you?
I liked being there. It was kind of neat. I could walk over to the square, walk over to Holland's,
Yeah.
get myself a sun drop, a piece of candy, and come back to the.
Did you ever go to the pool room?
No,
Oh, come on.
I don't know if the pool room was there.
Yeah, it was.
Then?
Yeah, it was there. On Columbia Avenue, next to where MetaQuip is now. As a matter of fact, it's the building where God's
No,
Storehouse is now.
that was gone and closed when I had my office there.
No, I closed. I say I closed it when I was mayor. It closed down when I was mayor.
What
so
year?
2007, but somewhere between 2007 2018.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't remember it.
yeah, absolutely.
Huh. Okay.
It fell into disrepair like you wouldn't believe.
Well, I never did go to pool halls very much. I really didn't. I guess, I don't know, I just didn't.
So I didn't either. I like going like the pool hall down on Depot Street.
I've been in there maybe once or twice in my entire life.
Really?
Yeah.
So I grew up working with Bill Allen and Evelyn Allen, and Bill ran J&H Furniture, which is right
Yeah.
next to the pool hall on Depot Street.
Right.
And they used to have those little pinball machines in there, and he would go and put rolls of quarters in those things. And
It was nickels, wasn't it?
no, I don't know, was it nickels or quarters?
Now, there used to be pinballs were a nickel,
Okay,
but maybe a quarter now.
well, when I was a kid, a nickel looked like a quarter to me.
I used to be fascinated with them though. I never did get to play any, but I'd watch people play those
Yeah,
pinball
I'm
machines
the same
back
way.
in the day. I love the noise and the lights that they made.
Yeah, and they were trying to line the ball up in like tic-tac-toe pattern, I guess.
I guess.
To win, you had to line them up. But what was the guy's name that worked there that would rack the balls? You know, you couldn't rack the balls yourself. He had to.
Oh, yeah.
And you just hollered rack.
Rack.
And we always played 6-ball, which was a dime.
Yeah.
And I can see that guy. He racked 1 million racks of balls back there.
Back when I was in high school, me and some buddies got it up that we were going to skip school one day.
Yeah.
And we made the mistake of going to school first and then sneaking off.
You can't do that.
That was dumb, but that's what we did. And we ended up going all the way to Florence and went to Tennessee Street down there to that pool. You know, there's a pool hall on Tennessee Street there.
Well, I don't know that, but I know where Tennessee Street is.
Tennessee Street pool hall right there, and that's where we ended up going and spent some time there. And then come back, and of course we were caught dead to rights.
That was a long drive back in the day. That was a 2-lane road, right?
Yeah,
All the
it
way.
was. Yeah, it was. So anyway,
Oh, that's funny.
I would lose my mind on my children if they did that.
Me too. Me too.
So anyway, but speaking of that, I have just purchased a pool table.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, it was at one of our auctions.
Is it a coin fed or is it a?
No, it's a pocket. Pool.
Yeah.
It was one we had in one of our auctions.
I got you.
And very nice table. And it was probably, that table new, I looked it up, was somewhere between $4,000 or $5,000 table.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I didn't have to pay that at auction, but I'm paying a lot more than that to remodel the basement for it to go in.
That's exactly right.
So, so that's been a whole big deal. It's supposed to be delivered tomorrow.
Oh, so you ain't got it yet?
No, it's not there yet.
Okay.
But because we had to redo the basement first.
Well, you done it right, getting it delivered, because those things are heavy.
They are, and have it recovered too.
That's why most times people will give you a piano or a pool table.
Yeah, that's one of the items that's very hard to sell at an auction.
Yep.
Is one of those upright pianos.
Yeah.
You hardly ever, you don't see them anymore, and when you do, people want to get rid of them.
You can get them online for $20.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, and it's unreal.
It's
that
unfortunate, really, because they're really, I mean, they sound good. Some of them do. They're grand. I mean, people used to have them in their homes and just love them.
I've subscribed to the Piano Doctor on YouTube, and it's this young kid that
Really?
tunes pianos, and he does a great job. He teaches you how to tune piano and things like that.
I've told this before, but that was one of my part-time jobs when I was a kid. Is I worked for Dickie Mayberry at Mayberry's Piano, and we refinished. Ain't no telling how many pianos I moved.
So did he have an electronic tuner, or was it all by ear back in those days?
Oh, he had a tuner, but he had those forearms that would, he could move that stick and do that.
Yeah.
So, hey, let's talk to somebody right quick. Hey, good morning. You're on WDXE with us.
Would that have been Bud Schaefer?
Bud.
That's that. Well, he was there, but I think the other guy's name was Willie. Was there a guy named Willie in there?
Was there a guy named Willie in there too?
Bud owned it, did he, or did he?
Are you hearing us?
Pardon? I can't hardly hear you.
Oh, okay. He said Bud Schaefer, he owned it, didn't he?
Yeah, Bud had that one up there on Depot Street.
But I think there was a guy named Willie that racked the balls most of the time.
There was a guy named Willie maybe that racked the balls. That's who he's talking about, I think. Does that sound right to you?
I don't know, and I just know Bud had that pool run there.
All right. Well, appreciate you calling and listening, okay?
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, thank you. Very neat.
So John Huntley has the hot dog steamer out of that place.
I want that.
You got to go get it then.
I want that for my new pool room at the house.
Well, you need to tell John when he comes
I
in here
wonder if he'd
tomorrow.
let me have it. Probably not.
Everything he's got's for sale.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. He's got a guitar that he showed me the other day, and I asked him how much. He said, I think I'm going to keep this one.
he
But
says that now.
At least for now.
Yeah.
He said it's a keeper for now, is what
Yeah,
he said.
he'll come around.
Yeah, he will. He's going to ask too much for it when he does, too. I guarantee you that.
He's waiting on it to go up.
Yeah. like gold. Listen, speaking of that, I was just looking at, of course, I'm always looking at guitars.
Yeah.
And he finds one. Sometimes we'll send pictures to each other about them, this, that, and the other. Because I'll send him one to ask about it. If I'm thinking about, find one I think I might want to get interested in.
Yeah.
And I consider him kind of an expert on value
Yeah.
for these things. And so he'll tell me if it's a good deal or not. and most of the time I hadn't found a good deal. But I was looking online the other day, and one came up. I kid you not, that guitar was priced at $200,000.
Why? Did somebody famous play it? Or
Well, no, it was just a rare
it Gibson or something?
old Martin. It was an
Martin?
older Martin guitar.
So what brand?
Now,
you look for?
it don't mean that it was gonna actually somebody's gonna give it, but that's what they were asking.
Yeah. You know, so you look for Gibson, Martin, and Taylor, maybe?
Well, I've got others too. I mean, I like any old guitar.
Yeah.
I've got some old guitars that John gave me that were beyond repair.
Yeah.
And they really can't do anything with them but hang them up. And so that's what I wanted. I put them in my office.
What kind of guitar did Chet Atkins play? Did he play a Gretsch?
He had a Gretsch, yeah.
Okay.
He probably played any of them, but Gretsch, he's got some signature guitars from Gretsch.
I mean, you would think that would be a great brand too, because it's got what I consider to be one of the greatest guitarists. Is that a word? A guitarist ever to.
Well, you know, I guess they probably made a deal with him to play their guitars.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Because they do that.
So it's commercial.
Takamine did that with Garth Brooks.
Yeah, Nike did it with Tiger Woods.
And Nike.
And
That's
I don't
right.
like Nikes.
Yes, I don't either. But I mean, there you go. So they pay them or give them the guitars to play their guitars.
Yeah.
So there you go. But they were good guitars. I've got one of the Takamines. They're good guitars.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a collectible to get, or some of them are.
You know, I'd love to learn how to play, but it's just too late in life. Yeah.
It's not. It's never too late.
Yeah, to where I want to be, it is.
Well,
You know,
you got to
I wanna
get
sort
there.
of be like Eddie Van Halen, you know, and it's too late.
Oh, that's easy stuff.
It's easy.
You know, it is frustrating to me.
Yeah.
Is I learned guitar up to a certain point, and I know the same things that I've known since probably the 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
I really haven't improved since then. But I don't play a lot.
But you don't have to think about them now. You can just.
But I can sit down and strum on stuff that I like, and
Yeah.
but what's frustrating is to watch my boy Daniel just pick anything he wants to.
Yeah.
It's so easy for him. I'm like, what in the world? He can just listen to something and
born
play it.
talent.
So I'm just like, well,
You got to be born with it, I believe.
I guess. But there's a lot of resources for learning now too online.
Oh, yeah.
And it is pretty neat to watch that happen. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, it's Wednesday, November the 12th. We're here with my friend Keith Durham, and tomorrow. So we may sure enough. Let me look at my schedule. We may sure enough take a road trip or something today.
Sure.
I would think that would be fun. Let me see what I got. As long as I'm back early afternoon. Now I do have a 9:30, but I'll be through in less than an hour.
Okay, so I got to be on a phone call at 10 o'clock, a 15-minute phone call at 10
Oh
o'clock.
well, that's good. That'll work out good because it'll be probably 10:30.
And then I've got to take a set of drawings down to the store that I'm building in Florence, and
Well, just meet me in my office after you're
I'll come
through.
pick you up. How about that?
And I got a free lunch out of the deal and
Yeah,
everything.
you did. I got free lunch yesterday, so it's a pay it forward type
Oh
deal.
my gosh, look at you. I won't have to spend any of my cash that I'm saving.
There you go.
Do you have any gold?
I have none.
Me neither.
Yeah, I don't have any.
Well, we have maybe a little piece of gold jewelry or something.
I got my
like that.
class ring or something. You know, we're
You know.
we're not big jewelry people,
No.
and so
Do you still have your original wedding band?
yeah, I got it on.
Me too. How about that?
Yeah, and I don't know if I can get it off. To be honest with you,
Well,
I guess I
mine,
lick my fingers up.
mine will come and go. I mean, as far as coming on, because I've gained weight and lost weight.
Yeah.
And it leaves I've got a permanent ring if I take it off. You see that?
Yeah,
Is yours like that if you take it off?
I don't know. I can get it off,
You can't get it off?
and mine's big ring.
You do have a big ring.
I got big knuckles though. I can't get it off. That scares me.
Huh.
I go put some butter on my.
You have a hard time picking your nose, I bet.
Yeah, I do. Oh,
Oh gosh. So tomorrow, have you got some plans for tomorrow
we
for
do
us?
have some plans tomorrow.
You need to go ahead and give us a little preview of what we
So-
might expect.
We're going to do some trivia tomorrow, and you know, I get a lot of feedback,
Yeah.
and the feedback is people want John to win, regardless.
Well, he
And so
he has that aura about him.
He does. I want John to win.
Yeah.
But he's got to earn it.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like we're talking about with our kids. We'll just give it to them.
That's right, because he'll get used to it and.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, we do have a good time, and listen, I like the idea of having folks that play with us too. That's a good deal.
Yeah,
good
I do
deal.
too.
Of course, this hour has been Keith Durham's hour, and we just kind of run. Oh, I was going to show you.
Ramble on a few things.
You missed. I want to show you some pictures that you missed.
Okay.
Because I wanted to show you the lights.
Oh, the Northern Lights.
Yeah, and I'm going to show you some of the pictures that my neighbor took. This Clint Alley took these right here.
Oh, wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are some seriously. I mean, that's pretty. It was pretty cool. Now I had that same view at my house because we just live right down the road from him. And it would kind of come and go in different shades.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's a first for me. Never seen that.
Are you sure they weren't just turning the Christmas lights on over in Waynesboro and you could see them from
It
there?
was Amish Christmas lights.
That's what it was.
Somebody did
Like
post.
Laurel Hill's on fire.
Yeah. Somebody did post a little thing that said, what that is God is already tuning up his Christmas lights.
I like that.
How about that?
I like that.
Getting his Christmas lights up.
Well, I'm going to look tonight. Is it a one night deal, or
I have
can
no
you look
idea.
up tonight and see?
I have no idea. And I don't. Do you know what Missy May evidently looked it up and said something about there was a geostorm that was causing this.
No.
Whatever
Elon Musk would know.
Do you know what a geostorm is?
No, I don't.
Do you know what a geosynchronous orbit is?
I do know what geosynchronous orbit is.
I figured you did.
It's different than geostationary orbit.
It is?
Yeah.
Well, explain the difference.
So geosynchronous orbit is just when you're in a stable position orbit around the Earth. Geostationary is that same orbit, but it's at the circumference of the equator.
Okay. At the circumference of the equator. Mm-hmm. So does that mean that it stays at the same spot on the Earth and views the same spot on the Earth?
Geosynchronous is that.
That's that.
Yeah, so like you can put something into orbit over Tennessee and leave it over Tennessee.
And it stays over.
And it's got a quicker orbit than something at the equator would have because it's got further to travel. I mean, it's got less to travel than something at the equator would have to travel.
So well, hang on just a second. You've confused me.
Okay, so the Earth spins.
The geostationary doesn't mean it's stationary then.
Okay, say it again.
Geostationary doesn't mean it's stationary.
Geostationary is stationary, but it's stationary at the circumference of the equator. So
I got that. Does it stay on? So it's looking at the
not all.
But is it looking at the same spot of the Earth all the time?
It is, but not everything is in orbit at the circumference of the equator.
I wonder how many satellites are actually are.
There's hundreds.
That's-
Elon Musk has got hundreds up there.
Hundreds.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about something today. We may talk about this tomorrow and
Okay.
get some people's input on it. So
Okay.
oh my gosh, I've done forgot what the name of it. It's these cameras that the government is putting out all over the place. That's spying on folks, but it's meant to be to read license plates.
Yeah.
And we have some here in Lawrenceburg. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so I'll have to get the name for that again, but
I want to know about that.
yeah, there's one on the corner of Springer Road and right in front of Emmanuel Baptist Church. There's a camera there that.
Well, I've always wondered why it is that we've got satellites in the sky and cameras everywhere that can read a license plate. I mean,
Yeah.
from a satellite they can read a license plate.
Yeah.
Okay. But we can't get a good, clear picture of a UFO
Or Bigfoot.
or a Bigfoot.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
So,
Yeah. Hold on.
uh-oh,
We
I
may-
stirred up a
listen.
hornet's nest.
I need to. I got a buddy that has texted me. Hey, bro, got fish at 11:30 today.
Uh-oh, you may not can go.
Fish and hush puppies. No, we can do this on the way. If you want to.
That's funny.
We'll see. We got to get out of here. Our time is up. Thanks for coming in.
Hey, no problem.
See you next time. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
All what I did.
So,
Hang on a second. I messed up and didn't do this right. Try this again. Let me turn this off.